Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for mid-November 2022. We're going to take a look at your five main themes first, and you start off with this butterfly that says a change for the better, and it does. And you also have this December card as well. So there could be a change coming in the month of December. Yes, I understand that we're in November, but this card says December on it. So some of you clearly could be going through a major change between now and then. Every single person has had a change reading. It's impossible to be alive right now and not be going through some sort of major transition. So, I don't know, just a sign of the times. I feel like it's going to be good for you, though. I feel this reading is really encouraging you not to give up on something. Just looking around here at everything that's showing up, to me, it's like saying, no, you need to keep pushing. There's like money. I see like big money. You literally have this coins card that says luck and money on it at the end. So I feel like there's big money coming in for you. I feel like you have to like stop chasing something. It's almost like I see a rainbow like with like a leprechaun, like something chasing a rainbow. What is that? Lucky Charms, right? And so it's like I almost get this like feeling of like chasing something. And I feel like this is saying stop. I feel like you need to maybe enter into that receptive mode. Let's look into it. Next, you have this camel. It says persevere and you will overcome problems. Definitely not time to quit. I feel there have been some frustrations and especially in work and business for you, Aries. And it's like you're just like trying to decide, like, I feel like you're trying to like say to yourself, can I really overcome these challenges? Can I really, you have this blessed card, get the blessings that I want or that I see for myself or that I even see other people getting as well? Because I do feel that you could be seeing some other people getting certain blessings that you desire. It could even be like love. Maybe you don't have love and you want it and you see other people getting it. Could be any type of blessing. And I feel like it's literally right around the corner. So, don't panic just yet. You have this October card, and you also have this Vine card. It says, seek out information that will help you. Maybe something happened in the month of October, or there was some sort of change. And I feel like the Vine card is saying learn. Especially this could have been in business. Maybe you experienced like a little bit of a dip or things didn't go as well as you wanted in the month of October. I feel like this Vine card is saying now it's time for you to learn. You also have this Rose card. It says romance is in the air. What I would say is I think that it's impossible to have Jupiter in your first. Again, I know Jupiter isn't in your first right now. I think it's really hard to have Jupiter in your first and not be very attractive at this time. So there you go. And I would also say that, like, I think it's hard for Jupiter also to be in your first and to not, like, maybe attract love. It's not exactly a love placement, but I do think that it expands us into the world and it makes us more, kind of can get us more attention. So I feel like that can give us love. And so definitely not just, Jupiter is in Pisces right now, but at the end of the year, at the end of December, it's going to move back into Aries. And so I would say that for the next like year at least, there could be a lot of positive love attention for you. You also have this Scales card. It says, keep your life in balance. I'm wondering if you have a situation in your life that's been out of balance, because it's like funny how this is popping into my head. It's popping into my head as opposite, literally. And I feel like something maybe has been out of balance and you're trying to bring it back into balance. You have the Two of Swords here with the Nine of Swords, something that causes nightmares or anxiety. Maybe you have trouble sleeping whenever you think about something, whatever the Scales thing is. And I feel there might be something that's out of balance. Could be like your health. So take a look at your health. Could be, your business. So again, learn. I think the solution for business is very simple for you. It's education, learning about whatever you do. Same thing in career, work, whatever. Even if you're retired, learn, right? Next, in the area of your current general energies, you have this full moon in Sagittarius, says see the big picture. You also have this first quarter moon in Aquarius that says trust the universe. I feel like this is why it's saying like don't give up right now. I feel if you zoom out and you look at everything that you've accomplished over the past couple of years, that you've accomplished a lot. I feel like this is saying you have accomplished so much, Aries, that it's not even funny. And I feel like you're in just a completely different place than you were just a few years ago. And I feel this is saying, like, not only be grateful for that, but really, I feel like you're making progress. I think that, I kind of get that sensation of feeling like something is just going to be taken away from me, I think, number one, this happens a lot in business to people. If you have a business or a job where you feel like you're not sure if you're actually secure, you're not sure if something is going to stick around. But this can also happen in love. It's like maybe you experience the same cycles in love. Again, you end with the Nine of Swords, which that's showing up in the area of your future self, messages from your future self. And I feel like it's your future self saying, stop worrying about the things that, have come into your life and left very quickly. Those things were to teach you lessons. It's like, I feel like now you have more than enough knowledge for like 1,000 lifetimes. And it's saying, let those fears go, because now you're getting your blessings, clearly. You have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the World card. For some of you, I feel like you're attracting a person into your life from a distance. Could be an earth sign, obviously. Could be any sign. This is a general reading, but I do feel it could also be a Capricorn I'm getting. It could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or a Leo with the World card, or Capricorn. All those things are popping into my head, so take it how it resonates, whatever, right? I don't think sun signs matter as much as people think they do, so there you go. But I do feel that you could be attracting someone who's kind of like coming from a distance. A lot of attraction here. I feel like it kind of starts hot and heavy. You go up to the Knight of Wands, and I'll show you. So you go from the World to the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Cups. So it might start off with a lot of, desire, let's put it that way. And then it turns into something like very loving, very caring, something that you really end up valuing for a very long period of time. And it's surrounded by the Six of Wands twice here. So clearly it's meant to be successful. Right now, someone isn't sure what to do. You have the Knight of Pentacles, so it's either you or them. I'm getting both. So if for some of you, this is like a secret admirer, and maybe they have their eye on you, but they haven't made a move yet. For others, maybe you're the secret admirer, definitely popping into my head, and maybe you just haven't made a move yet. Very slow moving, but look at those empty fields. The empty fields back here. He just needs to get moving and start planting in those empty fields, because they will grow. The seeds that he plants will grow. So I feel like something has massive potential, but that's kind of what the Knight of Pentacles represents. It says he has all the knowledge and wisdom. He has everything he needs to be successful, but if he doesn't put the work in, nothing's going to happen. So I kind of feel some of you are, standing at the edge of like an airplane ready to jump out with a parachute on, and it's like just getting the, someone said I have to stop saying balls. So just getting the balls to jump out of the plane, right? I need to be very careful not to offend anyone. So balls, right? Getting the balls to do it is what needs to happen here, Aries. You have the balls right here, Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning, a lot of success, good things coming in for you. It's also your desire. I like the Ace of Wands in readings like this, where I feel like you're kind of on the edge of accomplishing something great, because Ace of Wands is just sometimes that one little thing we need to get us moving. So I feel for a lot of you that you're going to get moving here with that Ace of Wands, because Ace of Wands like inspiration. It's like something is inspiring you to take action. So love it. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. I do feel like you have some things in your life that you're kind of like wrapping up, that you're doing at the end of the year. I feel everyone is. Mars retrograde, plus everything else retrograde, plus all the planets, mothers and fathers retrograde as well. So, it's like the universe is retrograde at the moment. And what I would say is, if you're taking time to like clean things up, to, reorganize in life, all those things are, perfectly acceptable. With the Knight of Pentacles, here you go, Emperor, you. So I feel like it's time for you to take action. He's ready to take action. He has those rams right here on the corners of his chair. So it's like he's ready to go. He's ready to get moving. He's ready to make things happen, With the World card, you have the Four of Pentacles. For some reason, I thought I saw the Four of Pentacles somewhere else, but I guess not. I feel like this is saying it's time to step into a new world. This could be like a birthing process or being reborn. I feel like you're wrapping like some things up here with that Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands I actually personally like, because he is about to reach this village back here. It's like he's about to put his burdens down. He's about to not have to experience the heavy burdens any longer, but it's like and he planted those wants, by the way. Those are burdens that he wanted. He accepted those things so that he could have a harvest. So I feel there's clearly a harvest coming in for you here. And we see that even in the next row, which is going to be the next big change that you're manifesting. You have this flexibility card and this expansion card. Expansion because Jupiter in your sign for the next, year, basically, after December. It'll retrograde. And, it'll move into the next sign, and then it'll retrograde back into your sign like it always does. But, I feel for a lot of you, clearly there's a lot of expansion. I feel like you need to be flexible in the way that you accomplish your goals. This is true for everyone. I mean, literally, those eclipses that we had, especially the one in Taurus, is all about flexibility and being flexible and just realizing that there are multiple. Sorry, there was a giant spider on my ceiling, and it just jumped out at me out of the corner of my eye. So there you go. But what I would say here is that those two eclipses are all about kind of being flexible and being open to different ways of doing things and not getting stuck doing anything one way. So I feel flexibility is going to be very important. Your next row is going to be your next 6 months. We're going to talk all about that in between eclipse season time, which is going to be from like now until next April. April 23rd is like the next set of eclipses. And what I would say here is there's a lot of stuff here. You have the Two of Swords, which is all about flexibility. Two of Swords, the lady on the card is sitting where she has always been. So I feel for like ultimate abundance, which you want from this card right here, that you are going to clearly need to be flexible. I'm using the In-Between Tarot for this row, and the In-Between Tarot represents in between two energies. You have the Ten of Cups to the Ace of Cups, and you have the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands, and you have the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. I love this. I feel like anything you can do to collaborate and work with other people would be a good idea. Again, when you think about it, Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence. And then the Ten of Pentacles, normally there's a family on it, and it, kind of represents building or leaving a legacy. I definitely feel that could be a major focus for you. It's like you and Pisces, that little part of the sky, very, very focused on long-term security in life, which, so building and leaving a legacy fits right into that. And, but you can't do it alone. So I feel like there are people who want to help you. Could also be building a family here with the Ten of Cups to the Ace of Cups, so if you're building a family, you could literally be building and leaving a legacy. But there's probably something more than that. I do feel if you're attracting love, by the way, that you could be attracting a person where it's like you start a business together, or maybe you both have side businesses or something along those lines. There's something, I just intuitively, I feel like there's something more here in as far as like the financial side of things is concerned. And again, I feel it's like a good thing. Next, again, you have this Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands. I kind of feel this is like desire in a connection. Something feels a little bit like naughty here. Something feels a little bit, something feels different to me. The thing about the Queen of Wands, what's popping into my head is she normally has a black cat in front of her. And black cats in the tarot, during the time of tarot, black cats were considered unlucky. And the card itself kind of represents that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. So I feel for some of you that you could be like attracting a person where maybe people don't agree with the relationship for whatever reason. And I feel this is saying, don't care. It's like, in your heart, Queen of Cups, which is, going up in that diagonal there, in your heart what is right for you, and no one else does. So I feel like you need to listen to yourself. This could also be like if you're making changes in your business, or if you're doing new things in your business, like you might have people that are like, what are you doing? This goes against rules. Maybe they make up some rules, right, that don't exist. So I would listen to yourself. That's where the most expansion is going to be for you. With the Ten of Cups to the Ace of Cups, I love this, especially if you are like building a family, if you're finding love, really, really happy type energy going on here. I feel like it's something very fulfilling as well. I also feel you could be like, kind of what's popping into my head very specifically is that you could be attracting a person where it's like you both really put in the work. Like I feel it's like two people who really want to keep the romance alive. So I feel whoever this person is, I feel like they really, really, put in the work to make it work. So let's see here what is going on for you. With the Ten of Cups to the Ace of Cups, you have the Six of Wands. Again, you have the Six of Wands 3 times in your reading, which is crazy. So definitely a lot of success coming in for you. And I would say happiness as well. So I like to see that. The other thing about the Six of Wands is that you have the World here. In the Six of Wands, there's this little wreath above my finger that kind of looks like the World card. So I'm wondering, like, I feel like there are a bunch of accomplishments coming in for you here. It's not like one accomplishment. I feel like there are a bunch of accomplishments here. It's almost like I see you on one of those, like, like Olympic gold medal things. It's like you're the first person. Aries, I feel like you're number one. I feel like you're getting gold medals here, but it's like multiple things. You're really being rewarded for quite a bit. With the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. Total fulfillment. Again, clearly, if you're attracting a person to love, I feel like there's a lot of fulfillment. But, fulfillment where it's like you fill each other up with that Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a self-filling cup. It doesn't, it can fill itself up with love. But in a relationship, that really suggests to me that it's two people who understand that, again, you have to keep the romance alive. It's like eventually, after living with a person for so long, there are going to be moments where you're like, I am not in love with this person any longer, right? And I think that's a problem with modern day relationships. It's like, yeah, duh. It's like, so what are you doing to keep the romance alive, right? I feel like this just is one of those relationships where you just naturally do that, where you just naturally keep the romance alive. With the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant here. Definitely could be marriage coming in for you, so wouldn't really surprise me. I kind of feel like that is your next big change for some of you. It might not happen for like a little while, obviously. It's not going to happen like this month, but for some of you, I feel like marriage. For others, I feel like you're committing to something in business. There's something about rules, though, but I feel like these aren't rules, is what I want to say. I don't want to spend too much more time here, but it is important, so I have to say it. It's like, again, sometimes I think we come up with certain rules for the business or the job that we have that just like don't exist. And I feel like this is asking you to look at something. I don't know. I wish I could get more. That's all I'm getting. And, there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. Next, what are we doing? Oh yeah, your next 6 months. Duh. This is going to be from now until about April. I know that might be longer than 6 months. I can't do math. And what I would say here is that this is really the eclipse in between the eclipses. That's what we're looking at here. You have this All That Glitters card and this Blessed card as well. I feel like there are definitely blessings coming in for you. I also feel like this is saying like, I feel it's encouraging you to work on what you have in front of you. That's what I'm getting with this All That Glitters card. It's like sometimes I think we're very close to a goal. You have the Six of Wands 3 times in your reading. You are very close to some sort of achievement if you don't already have it, right? And what I would say is sometimes I think we get very close, and that's when we kind of like start looking for something else. And this All That Glitters card, I feel like it's saying like, don't chase the next, shiny object in your life. I feel like it's saying stick with what you got, because I feel like there's a lifetime of success like where you are right now. But you just have to, like, I feel like you have to dig into it. For some of you, this could be like a blessing, right? It could be like in your business, and maybe you feel like you've plateaued. Maybe you feel like there's no more money to be made or whatever. But I actually feel like if you really study it and you really look at what you're doing, there's like a lot more opportunity in what you're doing, but you're going to have to look at it. As far as love is concerned, you might be like thinking there is no more love for me, as in for you. But you have the Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Two of Swords. I kind of feel that over the next 6 months, 2 people might be fighting over you. Aries, right here, Two of Swords. So, for some of you, it could be like 2 people. For most of you, I feel like it's just like 1 person. Earth, fire, water, you basically have everything here. So it could be any sign. I'm not really picking up on one or the other. I kind of feel like you know who this person is already, or you have your eye on a person for some of you. And, this Two of Swords would represent needing to leave a comfort zone. She's sitting where she has always been, but she needs to go to an island that's behind her here, Aries. And I kind of feel that in love, that some of you, it's like maybe you end up in love with a person who lives at distance. Maybe you didn't expect it, but obviously someone has to move to make this work, right? Just giving you a scenario here. So that's what I feel here. Is like there's some sort of something going on where like, change needs to be made or something, and you're kind of like weighing your options, I feel here. Right away, I feel like you will be very successful if you do it. So I feel there's a lot of success in taking the risk in doing this. I would also, it's kind of funny though, it's like saying something about like a leprechaun at the beginning of the reading with like chasing the rainbow or something I was hearing with that pot of gold at the end here. I feel like it's tied into this Six of Wands right here, very specifically. But it's kind of like saying to me that I almost feel like it's saying if you feel like you're chasing something like success or whatever, I feel like it's not right. I feel like if things are just kind of like coming to you, then it's right. And that doesn't mean, again, I want to stress, that does not mean that you don't have to do work in business, if that's what we're talking about. Same thing in love as well. That doesn't mean that you don't have to do work. But what it does mean is that I think that there's like no forcing something. It's like things feel very natural to me here. So for you to get this success, it should feel natural. There should be a flow. It should also be like enjoyable as well. It's like maybe there are changes you can make in your business. Maybe it's a lot of work, but at the same time, maybe it's enjoyable work. Maybe it's fulfilling. Maybe it makes you feel happy, right? And that's what I'd be looking for. I wouldn't be looking for, again, you're like the second sign that has had a message like this where I feel like saying like I wouldn't be looking for harder necessarily. Of course, I always say work smarter, but I would be looking for something that's for you. It's different. I would be looking for something that's enjoyable. Like if you're trying to grow your business, like what activity can you do that grows a business that's enjoyable? Same thing in love. It's like, what can you do that you enjoy doing to go find love if you're looking for love? It's like maybe you don't like Tinder or whatever, but maybe there are some other activities that you enjoy where you could still meet a person, right? So that's what I'd be looking at. You have this Queen of Cups here. I would take care of yourself. Pretty much everyone's had a health message. Mars retrograde until March of next year. Might as well be, right? We're in it's actually not retrograde until March, but we're going to be in the shadow until like the middle of March. So, what I would say is just, watch your health, stay healthy, don't do anything crazy, involving like lifting weights or lifting anything. Don't put yourself in dangerous situations, right? If you do that, you'll be fine. With the Queen of Cups, here you go. You have the Lovers. Could be a water sign coming in for some of you. I definitely feel there could be a choice for some of you in love, but the choice is obvious. I feel something is hard, something is easy. It's like maybe one person is just like a pain in the ass, difficult. The other person's just easier to deal with. With the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Cups. I love 2 6s. And you have 2 6s this way, 2 6s this way, 2 6s right here. To me, 2 6s is like confirmation from for your path. It says you're going in the right direction. You're kind of going towards the right things. With the Two of Swords, you have the Hangman here. You have all the information you need to make a decision. If you've been waiting for information as well, I feel like over the next 6 months, you will be gathering more than enough information to take action on something with that Two of Swords, especially if you're making a difficult decision is what I'm getting. It's kind of interesting that I feel like there's like a difficult decision, but it's not difficult as in it's a bad decision. It's difficult as in life-changing decision. Like maybe you want to move to another country. Difficult because it's like you could be leaving family behind or people behind, but at the same time, good decision because you get to have new experiences and maybe you really want to do it, right? So that's kind of like the type of decision that I'm getting here. Same thing in love. It's like maybe you're with a person that isn't right and there's someone better. So I feel that you're kind of gathering all the knowledge and wisdom you need to make that choice. At the end here for messages from your future self, you have this Moose card. It says acceptance, eccentric on it. And you also have this Coins card. It says luck and money. I feel like your future self is encouraging you to accept your path. I feel like your path has been eccentric in certain ways, just not usual. Like maybe you have an unconventional job or an unconventional position or an unconventional business or relationship. So there's like something different about you. And I feel like that's where all the luck and all the money is for you. I think you also need to realize that you're not going to accomplish anything like anyone else this year. It's funny because last year, or I should say this year, I should say for you, I should say next year. For this year, I've been saying the same thing to Pisces because of Jupiter and Pisces. It's like there's nothing that you can compare yourself to. That can be a little bit of a challenge because like in business, it's like you're maybe trying to become more successful, but if you try what works for everyone else, it's not going to work for you. But when you come up with your own thing, when you come up with the things that work for you, then they're going to work so well that it's going to be like a little leprechaun with a bunch of gold, like I said. You have the Six of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Swords here. I feel like this is a situation that keeps repeating in your life. I feel like you need to bring it to an end. I'm getting everything here, Aries. I feel like your future self has been giving you signs and symbols as well. Could be a relationship, could be something you're working on that just isn't working. Whatever it is, take it how it resonates. But I feel like a lot of you could be working on something or you have something in your life that just isn't working. And I feel this is saying it's time to bring that cycle to an end. It's time to put boundaries up against whatever it is as well. The Seven of Wands is also a card of belief. I feel like your future self wants you to believe things very deeply. I always say Seven of Wands is my card of believing something so deep down, like inside your DNA. You believe it so deeply that you will be successful. It's like when we believe that we're going to be successful at whatever it is we want, then we will be successful. So this is about belief. It's a card of conviction, which is knowing that you know that you're going to be successful. So I feel if you can develop that type of belief in whatever it is you want, doesn't matter. Your future self is saying once you have that belief, then you will be successful, plain and simple. And here's all the success right here. Again, Six of Wands, 3 times, which is crazy. So definitely a lot of success, happiness coming in for you here. Let's see what is going on for you here. With the Six of Wands, you have the Page of Cups, I thought you had the Page of Cups again, but I guess not. But anyway, I feel if you have a secret admirer, or if you're the secret admirer, I feel like there's definitely success here. With a person, I feel like they're mutually interested, or will be. Maybe they don't even know you yet. Maybe you've been watching this person from the bushes. I'm not sure, but not here to judge either. Whatever you're into, and what I would say here is that I feel there's attraction. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, quick success. It's like the second you believe something, deep down inside, you're going to be very, very successful, but you really have to develop that belief. How do you do that? Well, sometimes we have to brainwash ourselves, right? Sometimes we just have to keep imagining something, and we need to start adding on emotion to those things. I just did a video about this, so that's exactly what I would be doing here with this energy. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Hermit, kind of like having gone through a dark night of the soul. I do feel like some of you have, with the Nine of Swords, are leaving behind a dark night of the soul. It's almost like that's saying, like, leave behind the challenges that you've been through, because now it's like those are over. We're going to pull 3 cards now here, Aries 1, 2, and 3 right here. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. 1, 2, 3. 4. We're actually doing one question, sorry. So feel free to pause. I'm going to read these cards right now. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm just going to put them all together. But you have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. I feel like this is saying don't rush. And I also feel it's saying you need to clarify your vision. Whatever you're asking about, I feel like you need to get very clear with that Seven of Cups. Queen of Wands, I feel is saying, like, go for it, whatever you're asking about. But the Seven of Cups is saying, but also make sure that your vision about what you're getting is clear. Even if you don't have a question, I feel the same thing. I feel like you need to clarify your vision, because that's what's going to lead to the most success. But Aries, this is one heck of a reading. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.